So this is a response to the response to the response, um, where the last video I talked about language being primarily. I was talking of language in terms of it being description, because I was trying to counter Hofstadter's claim that the physical world itself is what's really real, and then our all of our scientific understanding of that physical world is not just description, but it's real, it's physical, and it exists independently of our words. Whereas the higher properties that make us humans, which the language that we use and the abstract terms, truth, goodness, justice, beauty, love, all those things those are the descriptions. Those are the abstract things that have no relation to the physical world. That's the real stuff. And I wanted to qualify a bit what I was saying in that last video, because I really want to get away from this notion of language as description. Because when you say that language is description, you're saying that language is this passive thing that just tries to mirror or picture the world by describing it. Whereas, so that's called denotation, or it's a denotative notion of language. Whereas I think we should start thinking of language more in terms of connotation. In other words, when I speak, when I make a proposition, I'm not so much trying to convey the meaning that exists in those words themselves as, um, trying to think of a sentence as an example. But when I say, I would like to be with you, the meaning of those words is not just the meanings of I would like to be with you. Those words have very fluid meanings. The meaning comes from the emotional content that is implicit in that explicit sentence structure. So instead of thinking of language as denotative, which to me, if you break the word down, it almost means noting something, or being of notation. So you're noting of something. So you're writing down what something else is. Whereas connotation means writing or noting with. So we are, in that sense, it makes language seem like this global property that we all exist in, and we exist in it by virtue of the fact that the mind, the verbal mind, is not located here in my skull or there in your skull. It's between both of us, or between me and everybody else that's listening. We have to make that arise together. It's not something I can do by myself. It's not something that the words that I speak carry by themselves on their own. It's this relationship that we have. It's this implicit relationship, this unconscious relationship that occurs before I speak. That's the real basis of language. So, yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for listening.